Good afternoon once again, members of the media. Thank you very much for joining us for this post-match press conference of the Total Energies CAF Champions League, joined by head coach of Orlando Pirates, Coach Riveiro. Coach, if you could just give us a summary of today's match, a 0-0 draw. Just a summary of your thoughts, please.
Yeah. Good evening. I think extraordinary first half from Pirates, excellent from little by little getting the control of the game in every phase, not suffering at all in the defensive phase, just controlling them very well in our half. They could only find solutions with long balls from the center backs, some diagonals that didn't finish so well, and I think that little by little we managed to implement our game plan. After 15-20 minutes, start to control a little bit more the central corridor, especially with Rele and Talente. We knew we were going to have few chances to score in this type of games against this type of team. It's a team with a lot of experience, and like you show, they don't have any problem with being defending and protecting the point, and they know how to do it. But I think anyway we managed to create enough. I have the feeling that if the first half is extended for five more minutes, we will get the lead. I think we were clearly superior in that moment of the game. Second half, they managed to slow down the tempo. The first 10-12 minutes of the second half was just interruptions, some situations there to stop the game. They didn't allow us to play in the second half at the same rhythm that we did it in the first half. Then you go to that space of the game after 60-65, when both teams start to do substitutions, and in that period I think the game was getting there were some moments of emotion as well and chances, but not much. We tried, we really pushed to get the 3 points, but it's one more in the end. 4 points, leading the group with Ahly in terms of points, and just trying to get ready for the next one.
Thank you, Coach. Colleagues, if you could raise your hand as well as identify yourself as well as your qualification. Start with Karabo from the BBC.
Good evening, Coach. Unlike on myself, of course, you are playing at home. But for you, these are 10, 11, 12-time champions of the Champions League. What are some of the lessons that you've learned from them, playing at the club against such an experienced side? Just the lessons going forward. How does that lessons help you going forward? Thank you.
The lessons for us is that when we play at this level, with this level of concentration and ambition and determination, we can compete on the day. We can compete with everyone. Again, we came here today with an experienced and young team playing against the opposite, a team with a lot of experience in this type of games and with very mature players, and we cope. And during more times, during more spaces than them, we managed to be superior. So we need to feel. Or we should feel stronger after this match. Like I said yesterday in the press conference, whatever happens in these games, if we face the games with the attitude that we did it today, tomorrow we're going to be a better team, and that's the important, the level that Pirates, that these boys show today. With the help of our people, they were excellent the whole game. It's incredible to play in Orlando with this atmosphere, and you know, when all those things come together, we are a difficult team to deal with, and today there's a proof.
Thank you, Coach. There's a question here.
Coach Felicia from the SC Times. The Ahly coach said it was a positive result, and you seem to think it's a positive result. and you guys did it without somebody who's considered your talisman last season, Patrick Maswangani. He wasn't even on the bench. Can you just shed some light, the decision behind it? Because Mofokeng played in an unfamiliar field.
Yeah, for reasons that I cannot speak about today, was not available for selection. Like I said many times, I don't feel that I have the right to speak about anybody's health, only maybe about mine. But he was not available for selection to the 20, and I don't think that we have any reason to. I don't know how to say this without giving you a headline. No, because I think after, sorry Lawrence, but after this performance, to being sitting here talking about one player that didn't play, it's a little bit disappointing for me, to be honest. I think we have to talk about the game that Salen, Rele, Joto, everybody coming from the bench played, because they did a fantastic job. It was an excellent match. So speaking about, I don't know, anything else than the ones who were the protagonists today, it is not, I think it's not the right moment. But just to answer your question, he was not available for selection.
Thank you, Coach. There's a question there.
Joe, Interruptions 24. Coach, you spoke about it in terms of how Ahly managed the time in the second half.
Yeah.
To be blunt, time wasting tactics. How are you planning to deal with that? Because obviously it's a key part of the Champions League, and there were moments where the Pirates team showed their inexperience in terms of how they deal with that. Like,
for example,
sorry?
For example, which moment?
For example, when the players went down and we could see that they were not necessarily injured and kicking the ball out, allowing them to play. Some teams tend to play for them, so that's why I want to ask in terms of for you in the club, how do you want to deal with that? Do you want to sort of
understand. Yeah, I think most of the interruptions were concussions, head to head. So in that situations, the physios, they don't even, it's in the rules. The physios, they don't even need to wait for the referee to ask them to come. They can go immediately. I think it happens at least 3 times in the second half. And then it's true. For example, there's a situation that is a I don't know how you say it. We say neutral ball, like they restart the game with a ball to the ground, no? You call it. And we playing that ball close to Sibisi and Sipo, and they are immediately putting pressure on Sipo in a situation that they should have allowed us to play, for example. And those are maybe the moments that we need to be, you know, how can I say, like we cannot afford to be naive in this kind of games. And these are games that are played with very small margins, and the opponent will try to take advantage of every situation, and it's fine, they have the right to do it, but we must do the same also in some certain moments to try to put the game in the rhythm that we want to play. But then, when the referee stops the game, there's nothing else that we can do.
Question here.
Coach, the Champions League, is it a competition where you stay true to your ways and play the way you normally do? Because, you know, you played the way Pirates plays, but there was one big opportunity with, I think, Salim, where it was just direct from the centre back, big from Mahoko, and then, you know, direct almost a goal. Ahly does, you know, change how they play when they just want the result and they don't even do anything except waste time and tactical fouls. So is this a competition where you just stay true to how you want to play, or you change with the conditions and you just play for the result?
I don't know where to start. We look to the competition like an opportunity to showcase, to try to, I don't know how to say, like, obviously we play with our identity, we cannot be a different team or not in long periods. We start the game in a different way today, that's the truth. 10-15 minutes we try to run their back four as much as we could. Hoto and Napule in the last line, with capacity to run, with that free role of Rele playing more close to the center backs than what usually our number 9, number 10 used to play. But it's because obviously we playing a very good team. They are not who they are just because of the name. I mean, the results are there, and I don't know how much you understand what happened today on the game, but if they couldn't do more, trust me that credit to the Pirates players. The level of concentration today in the defensive phase, discipline, Dino, Mako, Talente, Makaula, our center backs was something else. So obviously when you face teams like this, you must accept that there's gonna be moments where they are going to dominate you. We have, I think we got a 55% of possession today in the 90 minutes. Usually we are around 60 something, sometimes close to 70, especially when we play in Orlando. And if in that 45% of the time we are not in our front foot, we will not make it today. So yes, of course, we have to accept that teams like this, sometimes they are going to play us, forcing us to play in a way that we don't want. We would like to be all the time on the ball. But the capacity that they have to circulate the ball side to side in a simple way with good first touches, the ball is traveling from the left to the right in a different speed than the games that we used to play. So that's pushing us to not defend as high as we would like. We are exhausted. You have a look of the players right now, and they're done, because the level of these games is totally different. So we need to find adjustments to the way we want to play that allow us to be competitive. In the end, is what it matters. It's not the game that I want to play. It's the game that we are capable to play on the day. And I think in that sense, the team today was something else. I'm extremely proud of them.
Please, we'll take the last two questions. Start here in the middle.
Coach, today you forced Saleh straight back into the lineup after a few weeks where he was out. The casualty, I would say, for that was young Quanta, who has been on form and he's got his tail up. Was that just merely a case of you realizing the experience that's needed for this particular fixture, or was it something tactical that you have seen during the week?
Tactical.
Take the last question, please. Without any raise of...
Yes, Coach Riveiro here. In fact, the Ahly coach earlier here, when they played Intercontinental Cup next week, he gave me a compliment that this game was a good preparation for the Intercontinental Cup. But I wanted to ask you, because the teams that you've played, I mean, this is the team that has won back-to-back Champions League 11 times. You've taken 4 points from these two teams. CRB also regular.
Not bad, eh?
Not bad at all. But now you are moving to a different opponent, Stade Abidjan, West Africa, slightly different from the North Africans. What's your anticipation, and also in terms of the motivation from this 4 points you're talking about?
Oh my friend, I'm so tired after this match. You're making me think about the next one. It's an away game. I think I don't know, I think they play later today, I'm not sure. And they didn't get a good result in the first game in Cairo. But you can see the type of team that they are, and we managed to see that they have multiple how can I say, like they are quite rich tactically. And for sure, an away game is going to be tough. It's going to be difficult, but I'm optimistic. I'm looking the fixture like an opportunity for us again to try to fight for the 3 points. And imagine if we do it, to find ourselves in the third game of the group stage with those points. It will be nice, but we know we have to work so hard to make it possible, like we did it in Algeria, like we did it today. and still everything to be played in the group.